Hey guys, how's everybody doing tonight? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Got the dogs here with me. They said welcome in as well. If you're new to the channel, hello, hi, and welcome. If you're coming back for yet another round, thank you guys. I appreciate you. We did do a live earlier today. So if you guys missed it and you want to go back and you want to watch it, we'd love for you to do that. I feel like this sweatshirt looks so big on me, like whenever I'm on camera. But when I'm not on camera, it doesn't look as big. I don't know. Maybe it's the hood. The hood looks huge. Let's see who's all in the chat tonight, and we'll get right into it. So I did kind of switch up the lives. I was going to do a just like a case discussion, over different cases. And as I was, looking for things, just to kind of pull up, just in case nobody had like an idea of what case they wanted to go over, because I was going to let you guys decide. I saw that Nick the Hat put out another video. And so I was like, let's pump the brakes here and let's go and have a laugh. Because, he's entertainment. He is entertainment. Hey, Mary Beth. Hey, Nash Native. Hey, Cat's Life. Welcome in. Hey, Stephanie. How are you doing? Hey, Catherine with a K. Welcome in. Hey, Faith. It's good to see ya. Sailor's in here. Hey, Jenny. Hey, BJ. Welcome in. If I miss you, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go through them. Hey, Shelly, and get everybody. But sometimes my vision isn't the greatest. Hey, Sirius. Hey, Happy Cappy. It's been a while, I feel like. It's good to see ya. We got Ladybug in here. Hello, Ladybug. Hello. Juju B, welcome in. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Badger Witness. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, hello, everybody. Hey, Jesse's girl. It's good to see everybody. If you guys are just kind of lurking in the shadows, you could come in the chat. We'd love to chat with you. We're pretty good here. We're pretty nice. We are. I think we are anyway. Hey, Sirius. Hey, Mike. So, is it Krista? Like spelled like shortened? You guys let me know. Hey, Teresa. So SF Investigates, as I was looking through things to look at tonight, he put out a post. When was this? It was today at 7:41, so not too long ago. But I think that he's going back over the injunction, and he's finding things that just don't seem right, kind of like we are. That's what we've been doing. So I figured I would read this out to you guys, and then after we read what SF has to say, we'll go ahead and we'll listen to what Nick has to say, because I'm kind of curious about these these new leads that are supposedly happening. Like, wonder what he has to say for himself. How did they figure the leads out? Are these through the Facebook group? Is that how he got the lead? All the things. I'm ready to know all of it. So, and it says here this is SF Investigates, and if you're unaware of who that is, he's kind of been working with Proudfoots a little bit. He's been out there searching. He is search and rescue certified, and he is a private investigator. He's from California, but he travels all over the United States doing his work. Well, he's gotten thrown into this mess. He kind of put himself into it, actually. I don't know if he got thrown into it but he kind of stepped into it in the same way and aspect. But we'll go ahead, we'll read through this, and we'll see what he has to say about himself. It says, Dog Nick and the other clueless plaintiffs in the preliminary injunction and civil RICO complaint, which hasn't been accepted by the court, which we talked about that last night or the night before, have made yet another incredibly foolish move. They filed a motion for leave to amend their complaint to add myself and Queen Bee as defendants. So they, instead of just having Granny and Barbecue on there, they want to amend it to have Queen and SF on there. But it hasn't even been seen. So they can do that. The motion was clearly not written by an attorney. My guess is that Nick is paying for signatures to fool his followers into thinking this is a legitimate claim. This will fail, and it will fail hard. First, the court does not have personal jurisdiction over me as I am a California resident. They attempt to argue that by filing a motion as a non-party objector, I somehow submitted to the court's jurisdiction, citing Pennsylvania rules of civil procedure. And he gives them. This is an amateur level legal work likely done by Bullhorn Betty. To clarify, I filed an objection to the preliminary injunction, not the complaint, yet they are only asking for leave to add me to the complaint, not to the injunction, which is kind of weird. Rule 10208 or 1028 states they cite as the basis for claiming I submitted to the court's jurisdiction states a preliminary objections may be filed by any party to any pleading and are limited to the following grounds. 1, lack of jurisdiction over the subject matter of the action or the person of the defendant. It literally says anyone can file an objection to jurisdiction, which is precisely what I did. So under their logic, if someone objects to jurisdiction, they automatically submit to the court's jurisdiction. That makes absolutely no sense. Honestly, I'm tempted to submit to jurisdiction just to make fools out of this group. Let me be clear so there is no ambiguity in my words. All of the plaintiffs and the attorneys representing them are clowns. Tell us how you really feel. SF. They are terrible lawyers. No reputable attorney would put their name on a pleading citing civil RICO in this case. I agree. This will be blasted by the judge and laughed out of court if it hasn't already. Additionally, they have my name and address incorrect, so they'll need to file a second motion for leave to amend their complaint before I'd even consider submitting to their jurisdiction, just to make them look even more foolish. When they do file that motion, I encourage them to include this post so the judge can see that he or she is not alone in their thoughts upon reading this disaster of a pleading, because it's certainly not a proper legal document. The motion for leave to amend doesn't even have a prayer for relief and fails to address personal jurisdiction for either myself or Queen Bee. They know I'm a resident of California, but omitted the fact from their flawed filing. Thank you for becoming a member, True Crime Lullabies. Thank you so much for becoming a Titan Tier 2. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Yeah, he's real. These guys are not. They're not doing it right. I really don't think that they have a lot. They have that lawyer Jared Lasnik or whatever, but is he really writing these documents? Because they're so. It looks like something my nephew could put together, and he's 10. Even with their botched filings, I'm eager to request oral arguments, which I am allowed to do, and face these clowns in court, hearing open to the public, so my marching bandmates can attend. Since I've been notified they're trying to add me to the complaint, I'll be sending preservation letters for all their alleged communications with the Trump administration, which they say has agreed to provide federal resources to find Sebastian. If such communications exist, they're now discoverable, as are their alleged two-way communications with the FBI and other agencies. Apparently, they're opening themselves up for everything. They are honest about one thing, though. Their motive for filing these sham pleadings in section, 4, impact on plaintiffs. They claim plaintiffs have suffered economic harm. There you have it in writing. They're using Sebastian Rogers to make money, and they're upset because they believe they are still more nickels to be squeezed from exploiting him. You gross predators, every plaintiff to this action is a tragedy pimp, and each of them have no bottom when it comes to exploitation for personal gain. I have no concerns about the judge if one is ever assigned seeing this post. In fact, I welcome it. I want the judge to understand that I'm fully aware that this is a sham pleading, a scam, a desperate cry for attention. It's the work of frauds, felons, and their so-called lawyers. Hashtag FAFO. Oh, whoa. Woo, I broke my glasses there. I was turning around too quick. I thought the dog got up. So yeah. Oh my FAFO. That's crazy. Oh, thank you for gifting out 10 memberships. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, True Crime Lullabies. So this was from SF Investigates. He wrote this. Thank you so much. That is so cool. That is so very, very kind. Very cool. Thank you. And it says right here, plaintiffs have suffered economic harm. Like, you came into this case 7 months late. What do you mean you're suffering economic harm? From what? You're walking around like cemeteries talking to honk with your mouth taped. Speaking of which, never thought we'd see this face again on. I really didn't think I'd see him on YouTube for a while, but here he is. We'll see what the chat says with him. But Mr. E Crimes Cast is already in there. Justin Farrell's already in there. I mean, these people were ready to go. No, she didn't. This person didn't make their name this. Megan L. AWBJ's team. You ain't even a person anymore. What?
It's been a busy month, maybe a little bit longer. There are no developments that we can report per se on YouTube or social media. Long story short, Dog is constantly on the case right now. He's traveling. He's being briefed in real time about findings that we have in Oregon and New York. So
where'd you find those findings? Facebook?
The case is very fluid, and the goal is really to just bring Sebastian home, and the family can figure out who has custody to what when he gets there, right, guys? So that's where we stand right now. There is going to be a development in the skunk lawsuit today or tomorrow. We were expecting it yesterday. It's up to the courts as to the timing, but keep refreshing.
It's supposed to be 10 days. Within 10 days. It's been 16 days or something.
That docket, and you guys are going to see an update on the docket. Definitely keep watching that. That's going to be a key part of solving the case, right? You have to get rid of the bullies. You have to get rid of the people that are intimidating people to solve the case. Otherwise, we're going to be 1 year in. Not us personally. We got involved in September, but Sebastian's case is 1 year in almost. And look, we're still at square one. They haven't gotten to square two yet, or even around all four corners of square one. So the nonsense ended. A lot of the individuals early on, ones that we thought had bad intent, which they did at the beginning, they've since changed their tune. They've turned it down, and now they're just being normal, which means look for Sebastian. Look.
Who's he talking about?
For the leads, push his poster out there, get his face out there. I don't care if you share just a profile picture, the FBI poster, just share the poster. Because when it made its way to another state, stuff started happening very quickly. That state had no idea who Sebastian was. Philadelphia doesn't know who Sebastian is.
But none of them blend billboards. Okay.
For the most part, you can't expect probably 9 out of 10 people in the street. If you show them a picture, they're going to say, "We don't know who that is." So he could be walking around with an abductor, and they don't know that, right? And neither does Sebastian. He is. I'm not saying that he doesn't know that, because I'm sure he's catching on right now. Something's not right. Where's my mom? Where's my dad? Where are my parents, right?
Don't you think Sebastian would have thought that the first 5 seconds that he was away from them?
So if they are on the move with an abductor, it's important that his face is seen nationwide. That's the goal. By January 1st, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, his face and name will be known nationwide in all states across the United States. That's a fact. We are working hard for that, and it's just to spread his name, face recognition. People need to know who they're looking for and that somebody's missing. There's no indication that leads anybody to believe that Sebastian has been harmed yet. There's nothing. So again, Dog, the bounty hunter, is operating under the assumption that Sebastian is alive.
When you first rolled into this rodeo, you were talking about how he never left the house.
And with that said, continue calling dog with leads. Call the TBI, call the FBI, call anybody that will listen, report the lead, and they can clear it, right? Or they can pursue it. It's important to do that. As for the skunks, we gave you guys a lot of chances. And the ones that are still running around,
What?
you know who you are.
What constitutes a skunk?
I've never seen
Oh, his eyes are black. His pupils are huge.
something like that. And I am very interested to see what the court's reaction is going to be, because love me if you want, hate me if you want, call me a fraud if you want, call me fake news if you want, call me a felon
That's all true.
if you want, call me a parolee if you want. The law is the law. So when you go into court, you can't tell the judge, Your Honor, he's on parole, so I can get. Please
No
give
one
me a
would say
break.
that.
That's not going to work. If you think that's going to work, re-strategize. And there are more people that are being added. That is, I guess, the big news. Not really big news. It's just a few more. And guess what? There's going to be 50 people by the end of this. So
Are there 50 people even covering this case?
more are being added as of yesterday. More defendants have been added to the case. Not many, but we are aiming for 50. And that's the number that we have. Likely 49, or I think it was 49, the actual number. But that's a lot of people that are going to
49.
have a lot of explaining to do. It's not a joke. It's not a joke at all.
Well, I definitely got to be on there because, I mean, it has to be every single person that's covering Sebastian Rogers' case, right? If it's 49 people. Who are these people? The people that they should be are the people that are in this chat right now. Chasing Crime, Cajun, Clutching Pearls.
with the courts. They can't just say, oh, we're throwing this in the trash. No, everybody's going to get heard. All 10 plaintiffs, in addition to the next batch of 10 that are being added, will be heard. So again, it's a class action injunction. It's not a lawsuit, it's an injunction, and it's a serious thing. And I don't care if you don't take it serious. I am just giving advice, I guess, to the people that don't. You should, because
I don't.
one is going to let us focus on Sebastian. Not this
Go ahead.
distracted. They don't get distracted about this, but there's no to drag yourself into something that we all know you won't be able to afford to get out. Now, maybe there are YouTubers, not in this case, on YouTube that can afford litigation, probably two. And that includes people that have 150 million followers and subscribers. Not anybody that has under a million,
150
not
million.
anybody that has under 15. If you have under 25 million subscribers and you think you're going to win, stop.
25 million?
Again, the company.
Are you on Rugs? If you have anything less than 25 million subscribers, you're not going to be able to win this? Is he listening to himself? 25 million people is a crap ton. There's not very many YouTubers out there that even have close to that. What is he talking about? Man.
That is coming for you has gone after Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon. Same people that are behind this. And at the end of the day, they won.
Well, they're terrible. They're terrible lawyers.
He lost. He's the world's richest man. So it's obvious that it's not going to
Where's
work.
Hong? Yeah, where is
The only
Hong?
thing that will work is stop breaking. No matter what happens, you're never going to. Is telling the
Stop
judge
breaking
that
up.
her
This is
signature
him.
isn't worth the paper it's written on, and they don't take kindly to that. And it's not a good thing to say, especially for people that live in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Now, if you don't live here, and there are a number of you that don't, that are being added to the case, that doesn't mean that you're not going to be compelled to come to Pennsylvania. The way it works is we file here,
They have the best food in Pennsylvania.
add you to the case, then send an attorney from, let's say, Virginia to a court in Virginia where they'll have a hearing without you there. They will enforce that subpoena and that case against you. And then deputies in Virginia will serve you. And then it's enforceable.
No,
So if you don't show up, you get the Bullhorn Betty treatment. And you know what that's like. They will drag your butt from Virginia to Pennsylvania and keep you here for a couple of days because you
they didn't drag her butt anywhere.
should have known. Stop raising money if we haven't even named you because that's just weird. You're either trying to distract, which, okay, cool, or you want to get involved. And we're open. If you want to be part of the case because you're a problem, it's an open invite. Um, Ask the two people that are being added that I'm sure if they know, cool. If they don't, they'll know tonight or tomorrow. They should know. Maybe they're keeping it quiet, but
Do you think that they care?
ask them what they would do different 2 weeks before today. You know what they would
Nothing.
have done different? They would
Queen Bee would say, not a damn thing.
have stayed out of this because this is serious. There is a child that is missing, and a corporation that's going to stop at nothing to find him. They will take you to court in all the states that they have to. They will drag you on a tour from New York to Florida to Tennessee to Pennsylvania, everywhere we have an office. You will be there. So don't jump
No,
in. We want to work with you guys. We want
no, you don't have to go to their offices for nothing. What is he talking about?
to work with creators. We want to work with
Are you imaginary? Is this your imaginary friend? Like, are you with your imaginary friend doing your imaginary stuff, playing your imaginary games?
YouTubers. And guess what? We are. Not just the creators that are on the Sebastian case, but we're talking to some very high profile creators that have nothing to do with true crime, ones that operate YouTube, ones that
Oh my
their
gosh.
numbers are YouTube. Without them, they wouldn't be YouTube. Those are the
Get out of
strategies we're
here.
working on. And you can be with the likes of those creators, you can be on the right side of this, and you can end up possibly coming out of this case as not a creator, but as an individual who was part of a movement that ended the hatred that has ruined the chances of finding out dozens of missing children.
Is that your spiel that you gave to all these people that are on your team now? Because it's a terrible one.
A lot of children would have been found if it wasn't for hate, if it wasn't for rhetoric, if it wasn't for BS. And it's not just Sebastian, it's Summer Wells. It's a lot of them, okay? If social media did what they did to Sebastian's case, to Molly Tibbetts, we wouldn't know what happened to Molly. If they did what happened with this case to Jamie Kloss, she'd still be under the bed at Patterson's house. She would still be there under the bed as a kidnapped victim whose parents were shot and killed in front of her. But no,
Get
we
out
had
of
morals,
here.
I guess, back then on YouTube. We had a community and we had a common goal, which
We
is
didn't have
to make a
YouTube.
difference, which is to compete with the mainstream media. Not that they're bad, but because they don't have the time to do what we do. They don't. They don't have time to dissect cases the way you guys.
No, they do have time to do that. They don't want to get civil. They don't want to get into a. They don't want to get sued. Basically, they don't want to get sued
do.
because this is all BS.
They don't have time to give beautiful presentations like Grizzly's True Crime. They don't. They don't have time for
And
that because it
Grizzly's not going to do that for you. Right hand to God, she will not do that for you, Nick the Hat.
it just doesn't work. This is where people turn to for that. Let's keep them coming for that. And I
Oh,
think we
there's
will. This
Brittany.
skunk case is going
We
to go
got
down
Brittany in
in
the
history.
chat. We got Clutch Them Pearls. We got all the peoples. We got all the peoples. Momming it up. She was a creator at one point, but I think she gave it up. Clutch and Pearls. The Crime Cast people were in here, right here.
And I guarantee you it's going to get appealed by the other side and it might make its way to the Supreme Court of the United States. And change is going to come. The legal team that we are assembling, aside from the one we have, they deal with appellate law, they deal with the Supreme Court of the United States, and they deal with cases that go before the Supreme Court regularly. Every other year, these guys are there. We are hiring experts in the field of essentially
With what money?
the rights you get as being an American, as when you're born in America, you have, or if you are a US citizen, you have rights. You have a constitution that protects those rights. And there are laws, they have to be followed. So that's the update, guys. There really is nothing to report per se, except that Sebastian is still
Thanks, Nick.
missing. And again, um, the goal is to bring him home to the family and they can figure out who has custody. It's not our decision. Let them do that. Our goal is to find him. And by getting the skunks to slow down, and I'll stop calling them skunks when they stop spraying the hate. I wouldn't, honestly, I'm the kind of person, and if Granny's watching, I'm the kind of person that would, at the end of the day, shake your hand and say thank you for stopping that and helping us find Sebastian. If that's your
What do you think Granny would say to that? I know what I would say. I don't want to touch your hand, you filthy animal.
goal, call our lawyers. We'd love to speak with you. We offered that to barbecue. You know what she said? Get effed. And now,
I like her. Don't know her. I'm gonna rewind that back. She said, "Get effed." Well,
Ashton, if that's your goal, call our lawyers. We'd love to speak with you. We offered that to barbecue. You know what she said? Get effed. And now, look what she's doing. Don't go down with her
nothing.
because you want to set an example. It's not going to work, but it will work for
What's
you
going
to
on
have
with
a
her?
great career on YouTube if you get away from those weirdos that are trying to drag you in and probably
So that's how he's selling this to everybody. You know, you're gonna be famous after this if you just stick with us.
make you a scapegoat. That's honestly the vibe I'm getting. I'm sorry. I guess I'm giving you advice that I shouldn't because it would be great on my end if they were to take you out themselves, but it's just I don't want to give them that satisfaction. I know that they are that dirty, and if they're going to do that to you, we'll take you in before them. Even though we're the ones suing you, we are suing you only because we want you to stop breaking the law. Stop breaking the law. Stop. That's it. You can discuss the case. You can give opinions. You can't say stuff like, this individual is a murderous pedophile. You can't say that. You
No one
can't
said that.
say that this individual had something to do with somebody that died on their yard. You can't say that. Now, the fact that the people that you never met are willing to help
Mm-hmm.
you speaks volumes because it does. It speaks volumes. You're taking advice from the wrong people, the people that are going to make you a scapegoat, and I feel bad. I feel bad. That's why I'm telling you this. I know we have our differences, but we are from Delco. I don't think we ever met, but I will tell you that these TikTokers are trying to make you the scapegoat. It's obvious because when you went on that
If you're talking about Granny, I think you guys did meet during Danilo Cavalcante, maybe.
panel, if you notice and go through the comments, you'll see that they kind of hyped you up to get on the panel, and then they gave you the right line of questioning to go with their case, not yours. Remember, your friend has a lawyer that she's not going to share with you. She has a look because God knows how she. We'll get to that when we get to that. She's not going to share that with you, but I guarantee you, the lawyers are saying, "Hey, get Granny to go
Who would share a lawyer? That's weird.
on there. We can try to throw stuff on her." Do you really think that barbecue lady is going to save you? Please give me a break. She wouldn't save herself.
I don't think Granny expects barbecue to help her at all.
Anyway, stay safe, stay vigilant, stay out of the way. If you're just going to jump in and if you want to get involved in a lawsuit, it's simple. Do a video, break the law, tag me, and DM me your address if you want to make it easy. If you want to make this very easy for yourself and you want to be part of it like everybody else does, do a video of something that's against the law that we can sue you for. Send me your address, your name, where you want to be
They haven't done anything against the law. What do you consider against the law?
served. If you will accept service electronically, and guess what? You're in the party then. It's that simple. This isn't an invite only. It's open invite. If you want to invite your friends, invite your friends. We've got plenty of space. We have a lot of space. I think you can have as many people as you want. So tell your friends if they want to get involved. It's never too late. Even if on the day before this is over, they can still get involved, and it'll just prolong it by another 4 years. That's fine. But we're not going anywhere until not just that first layer of hate is gone,
This is so weird.
but until
None. Yes, says free injunctions if you want one.
The individuals that we are speaking with every day, the likes of YouTube compliance, the like
You get an injunction. You get an injunction. You get an injunction. I feel like kind of like Oprah. I don't want one, but if we need to go there, I guess.
he's the vice president of YouTube's compliance department, the division that goes over doxing. We're speaking with TikTok's compliance for their American. They have
I
to
need to
follow
make
a
a
lot of
meme.
U.S. law, given the fact that they are an overseas organization, and they are cooperating. You know why? They don't like against the law stuff. That's why they're in front of Congress trying to defend themselves, because it's that behavior that gets people killed. And at that
What?
point, I think Mark Zuckerberg would rather have you banned, and as would YouTube, than have to go before Congress and explain why they didn't stop your words. And mark my
You're what? Our our words? Mark Zuckerberg? Look at his eyes. You tell me. Look at
words. This is going to be a congressional hearing at the rate it's going, because you guys are getting a lot
What are you talking about? Sir, it hasn't even seen a judge. It hasn't seen a court.
of attention from people you didn't even
It's like you wake up, are you this delusional when you wake up in the morning, or is it like after your cup of coffee?
know were watching. Um, a lot of attention, including the incoming presidential administration. And I cannot wait for that. The assistance that they will offer will bring Sebastian home. This is not
Yeah, because they're only gonna offer to Sebastian. That's it. Sorry.
bringing politics into it. This is not, I promise you. It is just a matter of resources that we need. We need resources. That's all. No politics, no BS, nothing about building a wall, none of that. What we do need is the president's help. And it's great to know that the president's family is extremely head set on solving this case and bringing answers for not just Sebastian's family, but for every resident in Tennessee who has a right to know what the hell's going on. You guys have a lot of missing kids there, and there's a reason why. Um,
Okay, I'm so sick of this. Missing kids. Okay. Let's see here. How many? I want to know how many. Okay. As of March, we've looked this up before, but just want to, let everyone know. As of March 4th, 2024, at least 40 children in Tennessee are still missing. Okay. Now we're going to go to my hometown. In 2023 alone, 17,405 children were reported missing. And I'm sorry, but 40? When we're rolling over here with 17,000 deep? Nick, get your head out of your ass. There are way other states. I love when people do this. Like they sit there like Tennessee has a missing persons problem. Ohio has a missing persons problem. A new study released. Yep. So there is, and in 2022, there's only 15,000. Only I want to say only 15,555. So that means over 1,800 more children went missing in 2023 compared to 2022. How many missing are in? Okay, let's see. Is there if there's any missing persons by state? 407 open cases. I'd say that's a lot, right? I'd say that's a lot.
it's laziness, it's a lot of stuff. But it's time for the federal government to take charge of that, do a review of every single missing person.
What do you have background in? What's your background, Nick? That qualifies you to do anything with a missing persons case at all. Did you go to school for anything related? I'm not talking about the law school. I'm not talking about school. Like, I'm not talking about credits that you get in, prison either.
Person's case, find anomalies, find
Like
similarities, see
advocate.
what happened, and stop that pattern. It's far too late. We are speaking with senators in Tennessee, US senators. We're speaking with congressmen and women. We are speaking with lawmakers. We are getting it done, but not just for this. Going forward, for the entire state and sake of Tennessee, for every child that might be abducted, they have a right to be found, and we want to protect that right. And we're not going to stop until we do. It's a simple right, right? It's not like this isn't a threat, guys. We're going to court. This is going to a courthouse. There's going to be a judge. I'm not the judge. We're going to argue our case. That's what that is. It's not a threat. It's a threat of a lawsuit. I guess they're going to twist that up, cut it up, put a punch and throw it in. But it's not. It's not. We just want to solve not just Sebastian's case, but solve the situation in Tennessee. Because if we don't get involved and if we don't do it, well, I'm not going to say who will, because I'm sure somebody will come along. But what? Maybe what? 100 more kids go missing, 100 more kids die, and then then that's when it's no. The time for change is now.
What are you talking about?
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So
What about in your own state? Like, how about that? Like, how many? I don't know if it'll give me a number. Okay, there's 124 children reported missing in Pennsylvania. Work on that. Work on that.
so if you see something, report it to authorities. Stay safe. And guys, just because I'm not live, I just wanted to show you guys that I am alive. I'm here, but I am not on social media as much at all. The team is monitoring social media heavily. Keep sending tips. Keep sending information. If you see something, say something. Let's end the teams, guys. I want to emphasize that. Stop the whole team, one or the other.
You're the one that has a team. You're building yourself a team. What are you talking about? Stop gaslighting people. You said you were going to be here every night to give us an update. Does anybody else think he looks like Nick Avocado? Does anyone else think that? Or is it just me? Because I really think he looks like that guy. I mean, they have their own little team. I don't know what the team is called, but
Don't do any of them. Team Sebastian, leave all the parents out of it for now. All of them. We have to focus on Sebastian. If the world knows who the parents are, what the heck is that going to do for us when they see Sebastian walking down the street, right? They don't know who that is because now they know about the family drama of these people. Meanwhile, they can be eating dinner next to a missing child, discussing that kid's parents, and they don't know who it is. They don't know him because all they know are the parents' names and the side piece. Give me a break, guys. We have to make sure that they know about Sebastian Wayne Drake
who's
Rogers.
the side
They know
piece?
his face, they know his age, they know his height. Everything else is secondary. Nobody gives a crap about the rest until he's found. That's when they'll care. So again, keep the drama away. And this goes for everybody. Please just stop it. And if you want to keep it going, it's just come on in and let's bring you into Pennsylvania and get it over with. Come on, just do it already. That way we can get you all in at once. But that's not to say that we know some of you think you're slick and you're gonna wait a month or two and then try to jump in. It's not happening. We're pulling you guys in, even if we think you're good. Even if you haven't said much yet, you're getting pulled in if you said just one thing, just so we can make sure that you're not going to pop out again. That's been the problem that this Tennessee has had for the past year. Is every time they think they solve the problem, another 15 idiots pop out with the same thing. Not happening here. We have a list of everybody that did that last time, and they're being added to the case. And we have a list of people who might do it this time, and they're being added to the case. That's the beautiful thing about RICO. You don't need to know each other. You just have to have connections that ultimately link with one another. I am pretty sure that barbecue has a connection that 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 knows Clue that knows so that's how Rico works. It's not about I don't know that person. Well, I know you.
Don't they say everybody's 6 degree of separation? Don't they say that? Like everybody has 6 degrees of separation. Of course, there's a somebody that's going to be 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 somebody that knows her. What?
You don't. That's the beautiful thing about it. Do you think that um like little John Doe knows Pablo Escobar? No. I don't know how that is. I'm sure he knows of
Exactly. Yeah. Only the people that are part of his team can say what they want to say.
him, doesn't know him, but still organized crime, same thing, same stuff, except this is your first modern day RICO case. And it's going to make case law because this case is going to decide if RICO is applicable to gangs on the internet. And I will leave it up to the courts to decide that. But this is going to be a benchmark case because they will decide, is RICO applicable to YouTube creators? Is it? I don't know. We're asking the court. We'll find that out, and obviously you will too. As soon as we have a hearing date, we'll let you know. There will be a hearing, and there will be many hearings. It's not going to be just one. Again, stay safe, stay vigilant. And as far as Granny's watching, if you are watching, this was in no way meant to slam you, but you are being taken advantage of by the other side, being your co-defendant. They think that, honestly, if I were you, I would have an attorney before you speak with her and her
I think
attorney
she does.
because her attorney is telling her what to tell you and it's helping their strategy. Not that I care about strategy, but it's a shame to see you get really thrown into the ringer by the same person that is protecting you. Please reach out to Joe Lesniak if you want, and he can, if you have an attorney, put him in touch with him. And if you don't, still, Joe is happy to help. You find an attorney for the first appearance, I'm sure, and also so you can have an attorney present when we discuss getting out of this thing for you. Because there's a way out for some of the people that are in this. Others, there is no way out. The only way out is going to be by the judge's decision that the judge is going to decide their ultimate fate. But some of you have a way out. And Granny, you are one of them. You are somebody that has a way out. Just if you have an attorney, please have him reach out to Lesniak. If you don't, still, you could shoot Lesniak an email. You can call him. He's allowed to. I believe he
Yeah,
can speak
sure.
to
Have the
you as
same
long as he
attorney.
gets you an attorney or helps you get an attorney. But we will make sure that that happens if we have to. Again, please reach out. Stay safe, everybody. Stay vigilant. Stay out of the way. If you are a random person that's watching this, like those little creator guys, I don't even know where to start naming because there's so many. Just please don't. I can care less, but you should care because you're going to be making YouTube videos for the next 10 years and they're only going to cover your gas to get to court. That's about it. No matter what, we're not ending, we're not settling, we're going through litigation, we're going through depositions, and we're going to go to trial for some of these people. We're not going to, this is going to be a 4 to 5 year litigation. Let me put that back in. This won't end until the year 2030. There's going to be a new president, a whole new world
You're
by then.
crazy.
That's when this is going to be over.
Look at
So
this. If people
next time you
think
click
that
go live, think about that. And if you want to be stuck on that live until 2030 with the rest of the people that are, that's fine. If you do, think about that. It's going to be a very long time because by the time this thing gets to a jury, we're talking 6 years. Again, guys, stay safe, stay vigilant, and let's find some.
so anyway, yeah. He gives me a tummy ache. He gives me a tummy ache. But everything he says is a bunch of lies. But I'll keep you updated with everything with the Sebastian case. He's not going to scare me away. Just, if we want to talk about Sebastian, we'll talk about Sebastian. If we want to talk about the behaviors of the parents, like what they've said and done, we're allowed to do that. We are allowed to do that. As long as we're not slandering or, defaming anybody, we're allowed to say what we want to say. And over here, we don't defame people. So there's that. But I am going to jump off of here. My stomach is a little upset tonight, so I'm not feeling the greatest. But I wanted to get this video out for you guys so we could all watch it together. But I do appreciate you guys being here. If you don't mind, take a second, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I usually go live. I've been going live twice a day. So if that's something you're into, hey, come and join us, come and join us. But thank you guys so much. I do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next live. Bye, guys.